Hey guys, welcome to this new video. In today's video, we're gonna talk about how can you set up your business in Vietnam. You may already know, but Vietnam is becoming one of the first choice in Asia to set up a business because it's fast growing economy, a very business friendly environment, as well as a strategic location in Southeast Asia. In this video, we will be talking about the reasons why you should consider Vietnam among other countries, which type of business you should consider starting in Vietnam, as well as a step-by-step procedure that you have to follow to start your venture journey in Vietnam. But also, most important, I will be touching out some of the most tricky and deep consideration, all the red tape, the regulation, and things that no one are talking on YouTube about setting up an entity in Vietnam. By the end of this video, you will have the full understanding about how you should jump and start your entity in Vietnam, and stay tuned until the end of the video because I have a surprise for you. Not all the law firms and not all the players in this industry are providing what I'm gonna disclose today, so stay until the end of the video. I'm gonna reveal you that. So to get started, why you should consider Vietnam among other destinations and what are the advantages that are in Vietnam and you cannot find in other places. Firstly, Vietnam has creating a more open and welcoming business environment in the recent years, with lower taxes, streamlined regulation, and support for foreign investors to invest in the country. This has made it easier than ever before to start and grow your business in Vietnam. Secondly, Vietnam has been a standout performer in terms of GDP growth in the recent years, and in 2022, the GDP growth is around 7.5%. This is mostly because it has a very dynamic and powerful manufacturing sectors with a lot of export, which has attracted significant foreign investment. Looking ahead to 2023, there is varying projection for Vietnam GDP growth, with the World Bank and National Assembly projecting it to be around 6.3%, while other sources like Standard Chartered Bank and the Trading Economics forecast higher rate of 7.2 and 8% respectively. Despite these different forecasts, this is still clear that Vietnam offers many opportunities for businesses and investors. The third reason why you should consider Vietnam is because of its strategic location in Asia. This is very well central. You have in Vietnam a growing middle class rising. You have a very low cost labor with an extensive logistics network that allow businesses to grow and to expand. Moreover, Vietnam has a young and dynamic workforce with a young and rapidly growing population. It offers a large pool of talent and motivated workers with strong language skills, eager to learn, that make it an ideal destination for businesses looking to recruit top talents to grow their workforce. Lastly, Vietnam has a one-party government that makes a stable economy, allowing foreigners to own 100% of the shares, so setting up 100% foreign-owned company to start and develop their business in Vietnam. So now you have a better understanding about why Vietnam is better among other destinations and why you can consider this environment to start your business. Now let's go through some of the top business sectors that are growing and promising in Vietnam that you can jump into it. The first business sector that I have in mind is obviously everything related to tourism. just because of the timing of this video. After the pandemic, there is a lot of opportunities to start tourism-related businesses in Vietnam. It can be setting up a tour company for inbound tourists or a hospitality business such as hotel or resorts. Now, the second business idea that you can consider is everything linked to food and beverage. Vietnamese love the cuisine. This is very rich, and its growing population is also looking to try a lot of foreign cuisine and dishes. So if you have a certain skill overseas, you already run and develop such an HoReCa business, you can consider setting up in Vietnam a coffee, a restaurant, or similar F&B businesses to develop an activity and serve this growing demand of Vietnamese consumers. Now, linking to that, let's come to the third business idea that you can consider. This is actually everything linked to importing premium products. Because you have a high demand from Vietnamese consumers traveling around, getting ideas from around the world and coming back to their country with new expectations, you can consider serving this audience, importing premium goods. It can be food-related products, clothing, or also luxury brands that can be importing in Vietnam to fit with these new consumer trends. Now, the fourth type of business idea that you can consider, it's about exporting. We just mentioned about importing goods, but what about the manufacturers that are in Vietnam that are producing high quality goods such as wooden products, furniture, agricultural products? Those products can be sourced in Vietnam, bought in Vietnam and exported overseas. So the exporting market is also a huge trend and presents a huge opportunity for foreigners who already have connections overseas. I'm thinking about importers. I'm thinking about people having a strong network overseas. You can come to Vietnam, source those products and export them worldwide. Now, the fifth idea is setting up a resource hub. I'm thinking about all those talented Vietnamese people, fresh graduated, that start to gain more and more technical and language skills. They can represent a resource that you can hire in Vietnam to grow your foreign business. For instance, it can be VAs, translator, graphic designers, developers. Those pool of talents represent a workforce that you can hire in Vietnam for your business. Now, the sixth and last business idea that you can consider is setting up a digital or tech-related company in Vietnam to provide services for foreign clients. I'm thinking about hiring marketing people, developers here in Vietnam, VAs, etc., that can be physically located in Vietnam. You can be based in your home country, and this workforce here that you can hire for a lower rate compared to other markets can help you to grow your business with an outsourcing model. So your foreign clients will hire your company for IT and marketing related services. So now you know a bit more about why you should consider Vietnam as a place to set up a company. What are the hot and promising sectors that you can consider to do business in Vietnam? Now let's point out some of the difficulties, challenges, and hurdles that you will find along the way. Obviously, setting up a company in Vietnam can present a lot of advantages, but those cons and disadvantages have to be highlighted so you have the full picture and understanding before starting your business in Vietnam. The first pain point is the red tape and the bureaucracy. I made a video with Mike a couple of months ago to discuss about the challenges for foreigners to start their business in Vietnam. Let's hear his thoughts about that and come back to this video.
Unless you have got, like you say, a trustworthy, knowledgeable, connected person on the ground, it can be really difficult to follow these regulations because the government don't release them. They don't do press releases. When they do, it's in a foreign language, and it can be really, really tricky. So having somebody like yourself to consult with and to work with would really be an invaluable resource for anybody who's sitting in their home country now thinking about setting up shop, setting up a business here in Vietnam.
So as you quickly understood, setting up your business will lead you to go to complicated processes, understanding the red tape and all the regulation going on. Indeed, the paperwork and procedure required to establish and run a company can be time-consuming with the local laws, regulations, and work with reliable legal advisors to navigate through the bureaucratic landscape. The second challenge that you may face is the language barrier. Obviously, all the paperwork have to be done in Vietnamese. So make sure that you are working with a reliable legal partner so you understand all the scope of services, all the bureaucratic regulations that are behind your project, so you have the full picture before starting your business in Vietnam. Third challenges that you may face in Vietnam is linked to the banking regulation. In Vietnam, dealing with a bank may be quite complicated, so you have to understand that there are some rules on the governmental side that cannot be enforced. So obviously, if you are coming to do business in Vietnam, you will need a corporate bank account as well as an individual one. Just know that sometimes it can be linked to your visa situation. So make sure that your legal partner explains you what you are eligible for and offer you a service to open your bank account from A to Z. Now, the fourth difficulty that you may encounter in Vietnam is the visa aspect. Right now, most of the tourists are coming with an e-visa. You can come to Vietnam and start to live as a tourist. But if you are considering living long-term in Vietnam, you have basically two options. Either you'll be working for your own company, so holding a work permit, or you will go through the option of getting an investor visa. Both options have their pros and cons. I won't go deep in detail in this video. Just know the basic information that if your chartered capital is low in your company, you may not be eligible for investor visa, so you have to go through the option of getting a work permit, which lead you to getting an invitation to get a business visa. You have to fly out of the country, get your business visa in one of the Vietnamese embassy anywhere in the world. For instance, you fly to Cambodia, you go to Phnom Penh, you get your business visa of 3 months, and you can come back to Vietnam. After that, this business visa can be extended 1 month, 3 months. Then if you wanna consider living long-term in Vietnam, you have to fit with the current visa regulations that are going on. So now you have the full picture about why you should consider Vietnam among other destinations, which type of business you should consider setting up in Vietnam, as well as all the difficulties and challenges that you may face along the way. Now let's go to a step-by-step procedure that you have to follow to set up your entity in Vietnam. The first thing that you have to start with is get the proper legal advice. We Move to Asia actually offer that. You can get one of our legal advisor over the phone to have a first understanding about your situation and what's the step you have to go through. When you understand which type of business you should set up in Vietnam, it can be, for instance, a representative office, a branch, or an LLC. You have the understanding about how to get started. Then you will have to come to Vietnam to do some paperwork. There are things that can be done remotely, but I really encourage you to come and to fly over to Vietnam just to meet the legal partner that you will be working with. You can sign all the documents, get your passport notarized in Vietnam. Also, remember to bring some bank statements. They have to be official with a stamp from your bank, and with those papers, you can start launching the process of setting up your business in Vietnam. The whole process takes from 30 to 40 working days. After that, you will have to register your company to the tax department, and we can help you to open your corporate bank account in Vietnam. At that stage, you will be able to invoice customers. Just know that depending on the type of industry that you want to do in Vietnam, you may need additional business licenses. For instance, if you set up a retail shop or a HoReCa business, specific licenses will be applied after that so you can operate legally. So if you are still here on the video, it means that you may consider setting up your business in Vietnam, and here is some last thoughts that I have for you. First, make sure that you choose the right business structure in Vietnam. You can set up different type of company, LLC, branch or representative office. Each structure has its own advantages and disadvantages, so it's crucial to choose the one that suits best with your business needs. Before making any decisions, remember to do your own research and due diligence. This is important to understand the rules, the regulation of the pros and cons of doing business in Vietnam. Lastly, understand that coming to Vietnam first as a tourist, spend here from a couple of weeks to a couple of months may only be beneficial for you. Attend some business events, trade show, join some industry groups, and connect with local partners so you can build a strong network that can support your business in Vietnam. So now I hope that you have a full picture and understanding about the pros and cons and how you can set up your business in Vietnam. Remember, we offer a 15-minute phone call with one of our legal advisors for free. So check below in the description to get all those details. You can get personalized and tailored advice that will be fitting your situation. So get your phone call below now. If you have any question, any thoughts that you want to share now, you can also go below in the comment section. Drop us your message, your question, and we will answer them fast. If you enjoy the video, leave a thumbs up, and I see you in the next video. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Down and I'ma get it right. Down sight like